Hi there. I'm gonna explain the trade that I took in the morning session, which is nothing but Gbpusd. Since the very start of the day, I was super bullish. Since this family kept getting disrespected, I like to see the price. Um, Give me a sec. I like to see price going to take this equal highs in daily time frame. So my draw on liquidity is obviously higher. This is the today's candle. Uh, for the past 4 days, the market is continuously consolidated and sort of sweeping high, so we can expect lower prices at least to this point. So yeah, in 4 hour, what just happening? Okay, so this is my drawn liquidity in high time frame. Okay, and in 4 hour, market is very bullish for the past 1 month, and this month itself it was super bullish. So there is no fair value gap for me to go for any kind of buy entry uh, in a 4 hour time frame. But I do have one fair value gap here. It hold the price pushing higher, take that liquidity. Once the liquidity has been hunt, price just reprice towards this area. So this is the 4 hour fair value gap. Then I moved all the way towards 1 hour. In 1 hour, so this is the today's session. I have a beautiful bullish fair value gap here in 1 hour time frame. So I'm not caring about this fair value gap anymore because it's already filled and done with its job. So I marked this fair value gap in 1 hour. So this is exactly at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? So in 6 o'clock in the morning, I was super bullish inside this fair value gap. I like to see this fair value gap holding the price pushing higher towards this down liquidity. This is my today's down liquidity. I was super bullish inside this range. And I have the really good bullish leg. So and this is the consolidation phase, which is in the exactly in the uh, London session. Good consolidation price keep on trading inside this range. So I like to see this London range. I want to see any candle broke above this high or broke below this high not to go for some sort of bias. But I'm super bullish since this parallel gap holding the price and there is a lot of parallel gaps here. Yeah, and this is a strong bullish move, and my high time drawn liquidity is here. So obviously I need to go for sell. So inside this 15 minutes, inside this fair value gap, just mark this fair value gap. In 15 minutes, align with this breaker. This is the 15 minutes fair value gap. Got it. Please keep on doing some sort of consultation here, just closing below, going higher, leaving this fair value gap here, and I also marked this fair value gap. If any price goes higher and give some sort of price action inside this range, I can go for short towards this low. If the price comes lower, sweep this area, given any sort of bullish price action here, I can go for buy. This was my ideology in the morning session. These two places. Unfortunately, this fair gap getting ran through to the downside and this fair gap get ran through to the downside, especially at. So I was super confused. What I'm gonna do since my fair value gaps getting disrespected. So I marked this as my drawn liquidity. So this is the sell side drawn liquidity. Yep, sell side liquidity, and these are the engineered buy sell liquidity. So I like to see any liquidities need to sweep, not to go for any kind of model. Since these were all getting flipped, getting disrespected, right? So once this getting disrespected, I deleted this. Once this getting disrespected, I know I'm not getting any kind of bullish entry here. I deleted this one. I went all the way back to 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, there is one fair value gap. Uh, I see one thing, please keep on coming lower and getting rejected at this point, and I just going back to the history and got to know one thing. There is a fair value gap in 5 minutes. Uh, keep on holding the price. So once it's holding the price, I went all the way back to 1 minute. Just went to 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, there is a fair value gap in 3 minutes. Here I just marked that fair value gap. I went all the way back to 1 minute. So in high time frame in 5 minutes, this is a good bullish leg. Price come all the way back to very discount area. So, and this is my sell side liquidity, and price keep on holding in this point in that discounted level. Low, high, low, structure shift. This 3 minutes parallel gap no longer holding the price. Then I triggered my first position right here exactly at this point. Put the stop at this low. Like to see my target to this point. My down liquidity for the day. Mm, Big manipulation channel to the downside. The fair value gap created a 3 minutes fair value gap and price pushing higher. Low failed to make a lower low. Q structure step to the upside. Once it get flipped, I entered my position, put the stop at the low. I was not too confident because this is the first leg. If any kind of sweep happened inside this range, I can go for aggressive buy. Since it's the first leg, I'm not super confident, but I entered my first position with my friend here and kept the stop loss at this point. And the mistake here is I briefly marked to the 15 minutes fair value gap, sellers fair value gap, but I'm not kept target at this point. You can clearly see one thing. This fair value gap itself, I almost took 0.89 risk as per the risk reward ratio, but I was too greedy. Not greedy. I know today's a news day, so I expected higher prices, so I kept my target at this point. Unfortunately, price go all the way up and sweep all take all those liquidity, take these highs inside the 15 minutes fair value gap, sellers fair value gap, just getting rejected, come all the way back and take out the stop. But fortunately, I closed my profit somewhere around here. It's almost 1 is to 1.5, I guess. So if I just kept my target at this point, uh, it would be good for me. So this is the first entry that I entered here and closed at this point. Then I going back to 5 minutes. So I wanna delete this. I wanna delete this as well. In 5 minutes, I got to see one thing. Beautiful fair value gap. After sweeping all those things, please keep on disrespecting this big fair value gap to the downside, closing below, and created the big fair value gap here, aligned with this fair value gap. Got it? Got it? So this fair value gap supposed to hold in order going higher, but unfortunately it keep on pushing lower, getting disrespected and creating a seller's fair value gap here. So buyer's fair value gap overlaps the seller's fair value gap. So I just marked this level and At this point of time, I was super bullish. That's why I am not look for any kind of sell model. But unfortunately, in 1 minute, there's a beautiful sell model played out. I missed that move. I'm not caught that move just because I'm not aware about that. So inside this 5 minutes fair value gap, this fair value gap get ran through to the downside and come back, just flip the internal. At this point of time, I was looking for super buy model, so I couldn't recognize that the fair value gap already flipped. I get another fair value gap. It might hold and pushing lower. This might be the dollar liquidity. I'm not aware about that. So I look for buy, but unfortunately, price gives super bullish, sorry, bearish price action. Once it's take this low, it's keep on going higher, like high, low. Take engineer this liquidity engineered here, engineered higher, and sweep that liquidity to the upside. And inside the 5 minutes sellers fair value gap and 5 minutes bearish fair value gap, tapped, getting rejected, gives a beautiful structure shift. Physical lows getting got taken, created a fair value gap, tapped. See the closing of the price. Price never closing about this breaker. Fell all the way down to take the draw liquidity of the day. But unfortunately, at this point, I missed that beautiful entry. Uh, due to this miss out, once the price take this liquidity and gives a pullback, I entered somewhere around this point. I was super greed. I kept a stop at the high. I was super confident because yesterday's low hasn't been taken. So I confidently targeted this low. So got it. Yep. I was super confident since I identified this price action. So beautiful structure shift respected. So once price came back and at this point for to replace the area, I triggered my sell position right here at this point. Not at this point, at here around here, and kept my stop at this high. But unfortunately, it got ran through. The thing is, price just take the sell liquidity, give structure shift to the upside. This fair value gap keep on holding, pushing higher, ran through this fair value gap, big displacement, again a structure shift, come and tap this point, keep on going higher. Market shift its direction, but unfortunately I was super bearish at this point. So and put my entry here, kept my stop loss at this point. Once I see this big displacement inside this fair value gap, I closed the entry swiftly. I don't want to hold the trade because I understand that this fair value gap no longer hold that because it's sweep to the downside. First leg, second leg swept, give structure shift for like holding the price, pushing higher. Inside this fair value gap, there's a big displacement candle. So I clearly know the down is going to be higher. So I just closed the trade swiftly at this point. It's minus $15 loss at this trade. Once I just want to go to the yeah this place. You can take this. If you go to 15 minutes, 5 minutes, you can see clearly. They see the information that yesterday low hasn't been taken. The internal liquidity just getting swept. This is the first leg. This is the second leg, and this is the fair value gap. Uh, Created the fair value gap, got ran through, again get ran through to the upside. So this fair value gap, overlapping fair value gap, get disrespected, get ran through to the upside, and give structure shift in lower time frame. So I marked this fair value gap. This is the only fair value gap left unfilled at this point. So I marked this fair value gap, put limiter into this area, inside this area, kept the stop at the low, and supposed to expect my draw liquidity should be this, at least this fair value gaps, but price not end up reaching that level. But the thing here is I not took this entry. I failed to take this entry since I was bearish at this time, and I closed my bearish position swiftly once I identified the price getting reversed. And my friend stopped me to go for entry here because we already took two trades a day. We have the rule for ourselves, like we only trade two trades We only take two trades. So the first trade is profit, the second trade we closed with loss. So we are not going to trade anymore. So he's just stopped me. That's why I stopped here. Otherwise, I might take that entry because that fair value gap that suppose hold the price now getting ran through to the upside. So in 1 minute, it should be a beautiful structure shift. Yep. Such a liquidity taken. Price already gives some sort of structure shift here. This fair value gap get ran to the upside. Keep on holding this fair value gap, pushing higher. This fair value gap get ran to the upside, and this big fair value gap in 5 minutes also getting ran. So inside this area, inside this fair value gap, you can initiate your position and look for higher prices. But due to my friend, due to a rule, I am not end up taking the trade. If I end up taking this trade, my entry would be somewhere around here. Once it get flipped, I can enter here inside the pullback area. I can enter the position at this point, and I can get my stop, which means the fair value gap, right? I can get my stop right here, and I like to see this is also a fair value, so I like to keep the stop at this point and target at the daily daily high, day high. It would be on 1:5 risk reward ratio, but unfortunately, it's not playing. It's just consolidated the whole day, not moving higher. The whole day getting consolidated. There is no big movement to the upside. It moved, but fortunately, it moved all the way up to 1 is to 2.5, which is more than enough for me. If I just targeted this highs, I would be more safe. It is just 2 1 is to 2.4 or 2.5, or else if I projected my standard deviation from the manipulation leg to the structure shift point, right? This is the structure shift before the manipulation. I can expected the price to all the way up to this area. Or if I go to 3 minutes, I can set uh, this is not my structure shift. This should be my structure shift, right? So this is the low. This is the low. Shift to the upside and come slow, right? This should be my uh significant low. Yep, this might be my significant low. Yeah, beautiful align with this fair gap and align with this area. Yes, it's really beautiful, bro. But I ended up not taking the trade. It's okay, fine. That's everything for today. Have fun.